Welcome back to PlayStation Homebrew News. Let's just go ahead and jump straight into it. So the very first thing that I have today is that for the PlayStation 4, there has been version 12.50, which just came out. Now, it states here in the release notes that we've improved the messages and usability on some screens. Now, there really isn't any other information that we've got in here, and there was no mentions to things like security fixes like we saw right here in 12.02. So I will say that it's probably safe to assume that 12.50 doesn't have anything regarding security, but is just actual operating system updates. Now, we also saw an update for the PlayStation 5 bringing us all the way up to 11.00. Now, in the release notes here, it does note a couple of different things, saying that they've made it simpler to view details about activities, and that Unicode 16.0 emojis are supported, and there is some parental control information in here, as well as improved system software performance and stability, as well as messages and usability on some screens, which is basically the same thing that we saw right over here for the PS4 12.50. Now, again, this one does not mention anything in regards to security, so it's more than likely just a standard system level update. Now, I have went ahead and given this a shot on a PS5 that I updated to 11.00. I've been in the beta of this, so this is not brand new news here, but here basically I am using this game over here, and I pop that into a PlayStation 5 that is completely updated, and then I run this script right here, which sends a hello world, and then over here, I did the same thing, and I sent over the FTP server, and as you can see right here, this is just a screenshot from my PlayStation 5 on 11.0 of my FTP access there. So anyways, good news for those of you that are still going to be dependent upon Lua. It looks like 11.0 is still working. And again, you can check out the game that I bought. And for those of you that have been asking, this game took me well over a month to import into the United States. So if you are looking for it, then do keep that in mind. Then we had quite a bit of updates over here from EchoStretch, and the biggest update is that for kstuff, which enables us to do things like our PlayStation Homebrew applications and fake packages, added support for 6.xx firmwares. Now, I have already mentioned this before, but it is great to see this official release coming out, and so now you can just use one version of kstuff, and it will support all firmwares version 3.00 all the way up to 6.50. Now, if you're wondering what does that mean for 7.0 and up, we saw a message from EchoStretch just a couple of hours ago, and he stated that it has been confirmed that kstuff won't work with firmware version 7 to 7.61, at least in the way that they've been doing it. However, I'm not giving up just yet. I'm confident we'll find a way to make it work, and I absolutely do believe they are going to find a way to make this work, as there is a number of super talented people working on this. Now, another update that I had was coming from Azif, and they have written a Payload sender update application, and this is a great alternative to different tools that we have, such as Netcat GUI, where this one should work with pretty much all of the different payloads. Now, in this latest update, if you do want to use this, it now detects the system locale, and there is a few other things that has been added. So a great alternative to Netcat GUI if maybe you've been having some problems with that. Then I'm going to jump over to Idlesauce's UMTX2 webkit-based kernel exploit and jailbreak for the PlayStation 5. So this is a brand new host, which has given us an alternative way to jailbreak our system. So maybe you have had some problems with IPv6 and that hasn't worked, and maybe UMTX1. Well, you can always check out this UMTX2. I have a full video describing this, but you can always go to the site with umtx2.pages.dev or download one of these media packages if you just want to install this on your PlayStation 5, just to go directly to that URL. Now, I do have a video on this that I will link to that also includes the time that it took from different attempts. And then there is also an alternative here if you want to use the UM2 exploit host with an ESP8266 device. So if you have one of those small devices, you can flash the UMTX2 on there, where it will be a completely offline scenario. Now, there is some notes in here on how to get started with this, but it's pretty easy if you've ever flashed one of these ESP8266 devices. You basically flash the bin file using this PyFlasher tool here, and right there is the Wi-Fi settings. So it's super easy. You just connect to that access point and you are then jailbroken. Next up, we had an update over here with AirPSX. Basically, there is a brand new build, which is a 0.12 release that is currently out. And as you can see, there has been more and more things added in here. So media applications added. There has been an update in the web UI. You can now support PS4 games, ETA Hen, and much, much more. So anyways, if you do want to get started with this, I will leave a link to my video where I show you how to get this set up step by step. Now, I did want to mention that there was an update over here from T-Rex777, and this is this chart that I keep showing each and every one of you. As we are starting to get more and more updates, this chart is being updated as we go. So as we are learning more information, this has been updated as soon as the latest exploits have come out. Even here for 11.0, the Lua implementation that I mentioned just a moment ago that I tested has already been updated on this. So anyways, I hope this chart will be helpful to you. And then the last thing I just wanted to make a mention was that some folks have noticed that in the repositories for ItsJoker that the PS5 repository has been taken down. Well, it's just been archived because basically what has happened is they have just merged all of those for the PlayStation 4 and for the PlayStation 5 just into this one project, which it makes absolutely a whole lot of sense for this. I am currently testing this and talking to Joker from time to time in their Discord server, and I will be making a video soon showing you FPKGi on the PlayStation 5. Anyways, that's going to do it for today, and thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Michael, out.